I had to make this video because I was thinking about something and I see it's true, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, you know what I was gonna do for my children a long time ago if I would have recovered the way I was supposed to recover in social economics? I would have literally had like, let me be real with you. There's some things that people should know about life. Parties, parties sometimes, I don't party. I don't even party, but I was gonna throw like little balls to my children, even the elder ones at a time, and pick the people that, like private parties, picking the people that should come, they could associate with, that would be good for their gender, their anatomy, and they could even be able to refine according to the height they're supposed to be with. Real pretty chicks, because I'm not gonna hook somebody up with a person that's ugly, because that don't make no sense, because they don't make no sense for a person continuing legacy and lineage and then causing depression in a legacy and lineage when you're learning about science and anatomy. But, I don't do things like that because my caretakers were supposed to come to me, make sure I regulate the social economic system for things that people do, put people in places, the places they're supposed to be, for everything could be okay. But what I notice now, right? Let me tell you what I noticed about certain things in the social economics with individuals. I noticed that individuals was already, you had West Indian people, Haitian people, and other people that did wrong when it comes to gender, and other inner celestial empresses that just have made the wrong choices, that complicated my children's lives. I had children with other people, and then after they messing up their anatomy and certain things, becoming nurses, and then getting into people's secrecy, and then trying to find out about people, because you had other type of things like bank fraud, other type of people trying to mess up people doing certain things. You had people going into people's health records, doing certain things that they weren't supposed to do, and complicating life through the years so they could have an excuse to hibernate somewhere in the humanity and the social economic system. And then after having children with other people, making some of my children go off, and then trying to get their house, trying to get their apartment because, they a parent not home, and at time to travel to the different houses to know, and then the places they never been. So it was like an adventure for the moment for them. And then as soon as they get sick, they were blaming my children or my sons or my daughters, going after my daughters, And there's nothing new under the sun in the paradigm of time, but as soon as they got sick, the certain celestial empresses, they started blaming on other people, being vindictive, and then and then, how can I say this? A person doing wrong to anatomy, I would put the best word, the things I'm thinking about, a person doing certain things and doing wrong, and then trying to place people in certain places, social economic votes. I'm not saying nothing for the government to be mad at me, but I'm just telling you what the people did that corrupted the social equality, that caused it to rust, decay, the trees not to be able to have the things that it's supposed to have to even be able to refine through the paradigm of time. So I'm just telling you how serious the situation is, the way people went about it. But say after all these chicks did what they did, and then, hauling off, and then on top of it trying to find cures in other people's social economic system, then not caring, and then, being earths, then changing the atmosphere of different points of enlightenment, causing people to do the wrong thing that caused falling stars, and do everything a certain type of way, stressing the atmosphere, even down to the trees, where you can naturally see it. Look what the trees are looking like now. You can naturally see what the trees are looking like and the things that these people cause. But it's just like, a bunch of people got comfortable, and it's just like Haiti. Haiti didn't destroy the social economics. You got other places like West Indian places. I'm from what I last knew, third world countries were developed a certain type of way, and they had a homing to their social economics. But then you had the generation of girls that look young, that were old, that, their social economics was a little different even at the time. And then next thing you know, they just deterred everybody's condition, and then try to keep secret. Then they try to keep secret the things that they were doing for us, metaphysics and mythology, and they didn't want a person to know because they didn't want a person really recovering, because they wanted to take advantage of a man, my caretakers, and also my children through time that had houses and stuff like that caused them to just even lose their house, leave their house, trying to do something more adventurous, make the situation worse, and then try to blame them through people, through that. You never know. In physics, a person will blame you for a certain current vibration, and then they'll blame another person in the paradigm of time, saying, oh, this person was doing something wrong, and it wasn't even me, it was what they were doing. And then they just blame it on me because they're playing a certain nervous systems close in the social economics and manipulating individuals in the paradigm of time. So when you see certain things, and then having a generation of individuals, having them females having generations of individuals that was off a certain type of way, and then causing sickness to their social habitation, to their anatomy, and then being cannibalistic a certain type of way, cause a lot of how can I say this, disorientation through time when it came to matter and anatomy. So when you have those peoples that was doing certain things like that, you got to think about it. Like, certain calendars that went off because they wasn't happy and they wanted to know more than their elder, started disrespecting the elders of the elder social economics and calendars of their legacies and lineages to the natural order, causing disorientation, causing the elder to die, and then reconditioning, causing people to be incognito, going to do things, and then going after certain legacies and lineages through time because they did an adulterous act, and then they got comfortable with another person in social economics through time because a person didn't know the historical event, and then going after somebody's legacy and lineage, and then going after their legacy and lineage, and then trying to take over their social economics, social also meaning solar system, trying to take over their social economics and trying to get funded or trying to get money. Like I provided income for individuals to be able to survive, and then you had their children being born trying to get the money, then robbing individuals, going after my caretakers, after social economics, looking for a certain type of handouts through time. And then I still provided income where they could be able to get a car, they had a place to live, they had all these type of things, and then individuals was going after it intelligently because you had people from the West Indies, Haiti, and other people that destroyed their social economics, so they felt like if they came over here, they would deter individuals, cause so much chaos or corruption or so much arguments between individuals and social economics or governing that they will create a new government, and they will get the money, find out where the income come from or the money, and the next thing you know, it would be chaotic, and then they try to turn the social economic system where they cause a government shutdown or a government bail, have to get the currency to the inventory to other people that did social economic business, causing it to shut down while they get currency, and then then on top of it causing conflict, and then trying to travel throughout the world to find other places because they know individuals are sitting there recovering and another person didn't care, and then they were just taking advantage of it. These girls and some of these guys and the children that they had destroyed everything of my children's social economics and education, what education was really about. And then they try to cover it up, going to school, manipulating and being in school longer than the situation what it was supposed to be, then getting with individuals, because in Asia and China, I could imagine that the situation went chaotic, and probably in Japan and then getting into people's sacredcy, causing uncomfortable conditions, so they can manipulate the mental, so they could go be like, oh, they do this and they govern this, and then you grow emotions or feelings for an individual, and then next thing you know, they changing on you. Then they tell you, oh, this person can't do nothing to this person. Then they start voting to do certain things to certain people that you weren't supposed to do certain things to, making a person not care for themselves because they didn't care about their own sacredcy or what they were doing, and then committed adulterous acts or other things that they weren't supposed to do. Then they found out how the social economic system was being how it was being arranged a certain type of way and trying to cause disarrangement or disorderly conduct, and trying to say or dictate, or this should be this should be that, this should go here, this that, or this person should be there, oh, it's this person that did this. And then they know they just try to learn they try to learn the physics to manipulate it at a time, because some of these girls were in the celestial embers, they were more experienced than other people, so they try to manipulate it through time, causing the person to be put away. Then I had my children that was locked up, that was there longer than other people, arranging, oh, you should be with this person. Now I'm recovering. My other children supposed to bring my other sons and my other daughters to their social economic system for certain things could be alright. Then next thing you know, another person arranging, or get with this person, or make inconvenience the situation, try to open up the union, the job markets, and then next thing you know, getting into people's sacredcy, then try to arrange this or put this there, or this is there, or then causing the situation with my building, the World Trade Center, and then causing disorderly conduct, then trying to come a part of law enforcement to cause a gang or corrupt law enforcement, when law enforcement is supposed to be a point of honor and uphold justice. And then next thing you know, individuals try to turn it into probably a gang or all type of situations to cause disorientation, and then on top of them blaming officers, making people do things they weren't supposed to do, then blackmailing them, holding them, and causing forms of entrapment to law enforcement. When you have people that went to school and they lived so long to do things like that, that's when you know certain people are wrong and they should have never did certain things like that, because things would have been more equality, more love, more inhabitation than another person. Then they done failed their social economics. You know, they were probably in probably some third world country suffering. Then you had other individuals that see certain things certain way. Oh, this is not, it's this way. If they don't get this, and then they plotting and scheming to try to get funds from other individuals, and making other individuals' social economics uncomfortable, and then doing all type of funny other things throughout time that drove my caretakers probably to almost. My caretakers, I hope they're happy and they continue being happy, and they realize the things that people are doing, and then they correct the situation. And then to the individuals of elders of legacy and lineages, I hope they realize and take care of their situation so they can keep their situation in order, so they don't fall apart like some other places made their situation fall apart because they didn't want natural order a certain type of way in their life, and when it came to their legacy and lineage. And so they tried to manipulate the physics of the social economic system, and then try to drive people. I hope they learn their situation, that they correct their situation so it doesn't happen, and I hope they realize the things I'm speaking about, so they could never go into that situation never fall upon them in any paradigm of time in existence. But I'm just thinking about all the people, and then my caretakers, I hope they realize certain things, so certain things like that never happen, that happened in the past, that caused Boogie Night and other situations in the paradigm of time, and that individual could live. And I hope my children that had the houses that was put in certain places, waiting, learning the education, I hope they didn't end up spoiled or fucked up or messed up mentality, where the children try to manipulate them, or other people try to manipulate them to get the things that they had, that how they were wonderful in a certain time, how they were learning about orientation and order in certain social communities, so they would be able to survive for the future till the time of the real parent returns. But let me be real with you. I hope everybody learn these type of situations so they don't get caught up in the type of negativity of other people or other places that cause this situation to collapse or cause either falling social economic system, also falling planets and other realities that cause a serious depression through the paradigm of time, where another person could be able to live a certain type of way because other people wanted to get into their other people wanted to get into their sacredcy and wanted to cause disorientation when it came to their natural order. So I hope they get everything corrected. They don't fall under that type of habitation in any paradigm of time. And I hope they realize what these people did, because now you have certain social economic people that came from third world countries, people that's not even supposed to be a certain type of way when it came to their anatomy and matter, causing uncomfortability to other people. And then next thing you know, trying to collapse the social economic system, and then trying to take advantage of a place where they feel a parent's not home, and then they trying to govern the social economic system or the government. They're trying to vote towards a person to feel like they're leading and governing the social. Oh, this should be this should be that, and then trying to govern the social economic system because they want a place to live and stay and manipulate for they can have world dominance, and then cause a fucked up order, because it won't be a new world order. A new world order is the same order, orderly conduct of individuals in the hierarchy controlling situations to continue civilization on a planet that's been surviving beyond trillions and millions of years, even to this current time. So they're trying to cause a messed up order that will cause a demoralization where individuals can't even, how can I say this, can't even go higher than their to learn their intellect, because another person trying to hold me back from even learning certain things because the greed of certain feminine beings and other individuals in other third world countries that try to get together with certain people that was causing demoralization, that wanted to manipulate the physics of the social economic system and physics of metaphysics and mythology and even the social education so they could get a place of comfort to live. That didn't make no sense. Once you see that type of situation happening, I hope people realize what they were doing and then they correct the situation so situations like that won't happen, so they won't be inconveniencing a social economic system how it's supposed to originally run in order. You can imagine all the car accidents that they caused and all the insurance that they went after, or the causing individual. I came up with so much social economic ideas for the future. It could have even fixed the bailout for if individuals messed up the insurance. And then you see how the mentality of individuals, how they try to manipulate it when they felt that they were trying to get my ideas to go fund it themselves, and then they want a person to be a part of it. That's just showing you, if they traveled to any other social economic system that was on a high rise, they would have did the same thing to anybody else on another planet. They would have probably killed them and murdered them on another planet, and then caused certain situations to be a certain type of way. And then on top of it, when you learn the physics, they probably tried to manipulate the physics through time, and then on top of it, tried to cause a stagnation so they could learn certain things or get a cure for certain things that they did wrong, and then things would have never happened if they would have never did what they were supposed, if they would have made the right choices and the wrong choices that these people made. I hope people realize all these things in a paradigm of time, and other people that came from other social economic system from other countries that thinking, oh, America, you know how they promote, oh, America's the land of the free, the home of liberty. Yeah, it's the home of liberty, doing the right thing, because there was an education for certain star empresses in the social economic system for they could be able to educate their habitation so they could go somewhere so they could be able to judge and live amongst each other, so certain history and certain things that was done in historical events could even remain a certain type of way, while individuals in other social economic systems and other planets continue doing what they got to do to survive, for they could go to the future just in case something happened, that like boogie night for emergency, so a person could be able to recover and then get back to the wonderful things that a person's supposed to be doing in life. Now, another person probably try to manipulate it from a third world country because they see, oh, I could get this house, I'm gonna bring people, causing invasions, causing temple raid. It's just like raiders of Charlene. The raiders that try to enter Charlene or sacred temples, because consecration is the same thing. It shows you certain things even in life, that there's certain things that's sacred, and then you have people that try to change it to show you that their anatomy of conduct of their current vibration was even wrong for doing what they were doing, when nothing was wrong with certain situations, and then trying to get into people's sacredcy to mess it up more because they wanted cars, they wanted house. You could imagine the mentality of a generation that didn't know what was going on, and then wasn't. Some of the people that I even see certain ways weren't supposed to never know certain things that was going on a certain type of way, and then on top of it, just because other people got in relationships that they weren't supposed to and committed adulterous acts, and other people got into broke their sacredcy or their oath of honor when it came to their empress, or the reason of their legacy and lineage, caused the sickness, caused the deterioration that individuals was going through, even in these times in the paradigm of time, and caused certain things even in the paradigm of time because they came across beings that they weren't supposed to do certain things to, that they did it, and then on top of it caused fallen stars. So in the paradigm of time. So I hope people realize these things and stop those people that feel like they're gonna be comfortable a certain type of way, or other people going after people because they were here, so and so, because other people are nervous because of what they did, and then because they know what they did wrong, they feeling that they're trying to manipulate the comfortability when they know some of them not comfortable because they know they weren't supposed to do it, and it causes stagnation or it causes disorientation in their anatomy or their matter. It causes sicknesses that what people learned about in case of emergency, if anything happened, to do certain things that was causing certain procedures where certain people were able to go to, even certain empresses that did the Dutch apple, they were able to go to their planet, get something to eat or fruit or whatever so they could heal the situation. Now they can't even go there. Now they trying to manipulate probably a digital system to time travel to go back in the system at a certain time to get something because they're feeling fucked up, and then next thing they want to do this, then they want to take people fucking up their sacredcy still, and it's causing disorientation to a person or a point of enlightenment, or that, and then you have the crown, and then the real empress a certain type of way that's going through it where you can't really heal because the real empress not healing because a person's causing a struggle within their orientation of their order of their anatomy and matter that's causing it to even be worse. So I hope that people realize these things so these things like that don't happen ever in the paradigm of time. Well, certain things are wonderful in life, but I hope people realize certain things that don't happen in the paradigm of time, so another person could be orderly in their orderly conduct and be able to survive, and then causing, oh, you a baby, telling people they're babysitters because they're trying to make sure that their crown or the reason of their legacy and lineage name could continue going on in life, so they could be able to control their social economics and have certain. I hope people learn certain things and certain people realize so certain things don't happen a certain type of way. So a person could be okay in the paradigm of time, and they don't have to go through the traumatic experiences that other people caused in a paradigm, that situations get corrected, so they could be okay. So these things don't happen a certain type of way in the paradigm time. So things don't happen in the paradigm time, and they're not on the MTA, and a person don't believe you check your records. But so then on top of it, you imagine that, right? So then on top of it, but that's real. But then on top of it, a person causing certain things a certain type of way in life that will cause uncomfortability, so they could correct their situation. And if people don't believe me, check the historical events of certain things. And check even people that's not there, that other people cause an inconvenience in their life, so they scheming or going in their property or breaking into their sacredcy without them knowing through the paradigm of time. This is why I'm scared for my children with certain people in the paradigm of time, and I'm telling the truth. So, a person gotta know about these situations in the paradigm of time. So certain things don't happen, and things can get back in order so life could go on the way it's supposed to be. Because some people that did so much wrong a certain type of way know that the people that they did it with won't give them a chance, and neither the person that was supposed to be with them won't give them a chance, because the fact is that I'm not going to refine somebody to try to kill me in the paradigm. Because a person, it's just like a person doing something and fixing electricity, and then the person says, "Yo, I got electrical shock. If you misplace the button or do something wrong, then I get shot. So don't ever do it. And then a person try to cause certain things, a paradigm of time, and be irresponsible. It's like a parent. It's like a parent give you money to pay a bill, and then you go do something else.
Next stop, Kings Highway.
Imagine that. And then next thing you know,
this stop is Kings Highway and Avenue K.
And then a person go do something else, and then cause the parents not. A person got to think about all that, and then the entrapment that other people try to cause. Because you might know, you never know. Some people might already heard this or knew about this, and the next thing you know, they try to cause entrapment because they didn't want certain things to happen a certain type of way in a person's life, because they wouldn't be able to manipulate their time for they're trying to survive or trying to find a situation and cause an inconvenience in many people's lives and all social economics. So I hope some person can figure that situation out, and I hope that situation never happens to certain people, and I hope if it did happen, that people correct it, even in their social economics, even in other countries.
Next stop, Kings Highway and Avenue.
And also in America, because at least America can have a time to reflect with other countries, for a person to be able to know the difference, how to even correct what's going on in their life, so they can get themselves back in order. With certain people that's serious, that knows how serious things is and how real life is, even when it comes to physics. But I'm gonna just be real. You know, I just hope my caretakers realize the things I'm speaking about, and other individuals. And there's nothing else to say after that, you know what I'm saying? I just want the most wonderful thing for certain individuals that's supposed to be honored, that kept the honor through time and kept certain things going a certain type of way. And then individuals that try to discourage it or to cause disorientation. I don't wish harm on nobody, but I don't even want you to be a part of my social habitation at all. And I'm just being real with other individuals out there that if they did something, I don't want them being around my social habitation, and I don't want them complicating the newer generation's lives to the wrong that they already did, because they already put certain generations in a predicament where they feel and they know certain things is wrong a certain type of way, and it causes unfairness to their life because they gotta live to survive a certain type of way because other people made the wrong choices in time. That's unfair in the paradigm of time. That's just the reality, you know. And I just hope it could be corrected if other people don't go through it, and other people learn from the situation that they did. If they didn't make the situation worse than what it is, then I hope they get their life together to do certain other things so they can be okay in the future. But that's all I can say, you know what I'm saying? But I hope you see the manipulation of the social economics, how they wanted to go after the habitation and land. I just hope they see the manipulation, how they want to go after the habitation and land, and before they do it to other countries like China, Japan, Korea, Asia, Russia, other sacred countries that keep the sacredcy of any third world country, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Taiwan, Dominican Republic, other places, because I could imagine what they're going through a certain type of way, and that's just real.
This stop is Kings Highway and Glenwood Road.
And I do hope that they find that person that made them whoopee cushions with the serial numbers that other individuals were trying to take advantage of other people's social economics by numerals. So I hope they correct that situation, especially when it came to certain third world countries that I just said. I'm not gonna say it a certain type of way because I already spoke about it. So an individual to be able to correct the reason of their habitation or their humanity when it comes to their sacredcy and their matrimony and other things. That's all I can say. But everybody else that's out there, have a wonderful night. And, you know, how can I say this? Happy conscience. I have happy things manifest in life. And, you know, some people I could tell you to pray. Some people I say praise for whatever you know, praise if you learned about your social economics. And other people I'll tell you being confident in happy consciousness, it will be wonderful in life. But besides that, and the people that know they did wrong, that's something you have to live with on your conscience because you know what you did to yourself. And as you do it to other people, still doing it to yourself because it's the way you made the world uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I just tried to make things correct and correct it for people to have comfortability. Love one. At least I tried with my social. At least I tried with my social economic quality ideas. Love one.